If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. And if it doesn't, it never was. I absolutely love this saying, and I'd like you to write it down and remember it. It has given me so much comfort over the years. It just reminds me that people come in and out of our lives for a reason. It's the universe giving us time to decide, are they really right for us? Now, if you really want your ex back, remember this saying, but let's today get on with some strategies that are going to get him coming back for sure. It has worked for me many times when I use these strategies. So employ them all and stay to the end because you will need them all. And at the end, I'll give you a really special bonus tip as well. I'm Lizzie. I'm a dating and relationship coach and author of Magnetic Attraction. If you really like the content today, please subscribe. Love to have you along. And I bring a new video out every Wednesday. Who doesn't remember Carrie and Big from Sex and the City? I loved that show. For 6 seasons, I was right there with Carrie through all her trials and tribulations with Mr. Big. If you didn't see the show, pretty much Big just comes in and out of her life constantly and causing her a lot of heartache. But he always comes back. And he seems to always arrive back on the scene when she is just getting on with her life. She's just rebuilt her life and she's usually with a new man. And I remember in one season she said, why do you always appear just when I'm getting my life back on track? This is the way it happens. I know it's a made-for-TV drama, but this is what has happened to me as well. Often they will reappear just when you feel like, wow, life is great and I am feeling like myself again and I've got this great man in my life. So the first secret here is to start rebuilding your life. Now, if you haven't already healed your broken heart, please go back and watch my video on how to heal after a breakup, and that will really give you the strategies to get yourself healing. But if you've done some work and you're now, getting ready to get yourself back out there, then please do find yourself again. When I was married for 20 years, I just completely lost myself. I remember coming out of that marriage and thinking, who am I? I looked at myself and I had no voice, I had no confidence, I'd lost all my friends, my work had obviously changed. That's okay. I mean, it's good to grow and it's good to change and it's good to have new friends, but I wasn't feeling confident enough to undertake anything like what I do now. Having a YouTube channel would have just been so far removed from where I am now. So I had to get back to finding myself again and building my life back up again. And this is what's really important, is to go back and find out who you were before. If you've lost yourself a bit in this relationship, it doesn't matter if you're in it for 6 months, 8 months, a year, 5 years, 20 years, you've probably changed. Go back and have a think, who were you before you went into this relationship? Because that's who we fell in love with. Who were you? What kind of person were you? Were you more outgoing? Did you have your own routine? Were you more of an exerciser? Have you put on a bit of weight? Maybe you need to really get back to it. So have a look and try and get back to that person that you were. Not necessarily the exact same life, but who were you as a person? Because that's who he fell in love with. Now, the second secret is play nice. I cannot tell you the number of men that say to me, oh my goodness, I'm never going back to that crazy vindictive bitch. That's pretty much how they put it. Most men will look at their exes as crazy. I was just chatting to a girlfriend on the weekend and we both admit we were probably a little crazy when it comes to the end of a relationship. A lot goes on. If you've been in a relationship for a long time, there's probably financial hurdles to overcome. There's, separation of all sorts of things, children to work through, it's sadness and heartache. And obviously, depending on who's done the leaving, there's either guilt or there's anger, resentment, etc. So at this point, you really have to try and move away from this and try to play nice, because what you don't want is him thinking of you like that. He's probably, if he's moved on with someone else, then you don't want to be that person in his life that he feels is a nasty, crazy bitch. You want to be that lovely, kind, gentle woman that he first met. Because if you are still talking to him and you are still communicating with him in some way, whether it be text or calls, try not to rehash the past. Don't keep bringing up what went wrong here and why did it go wrong and what you did. They don't want to know about it. Men hate drama. I've said this in videos. If you are really struggling with this, then please listen to some subliminal messaging. Please, get some therapy if you need it. But whatever you need to do, again, watch my videos on how to heal or how to love yourself again. But you need to move on from this because it's no good continually rehashing the past. You have to try and move forward and be the kind gentlewoman he wants in his life. I remember coaching a girl called Sarah last year. She came to me after her husband had cheated on her. Now, I'm not a couples therapist, so I only advise Sarah. And she was angry. No, I don't blame her. You know, I would have been pretty angry as well. And I just advised her to try, and when she was talking to him, to just be nicer in her tone, to try and have a few jokes with him, to try and remind him of, you know, the nice past experiences that they'd had. So every time she spoke to him or she had communication with him, she really tried to change her tone and change her vocabulary, her communication style, and she tried to drop all this anger and resentment that she was feeling. And eventually he actually broke up with this other woman because they were having their own problems, and he came back to say, just playing nice, you know, don't be vindictive, don't be cruel, don't be nasty, don't give him a reason to feel that, to be scared to talk to you. Make it easy for him to talk to you, and kind of be that shoulder that he can come to. If he's left you already and he's with someone else, I know that can be hard, but if you want him back, then try to be that shoulder that he can sort of cry on, and eventually, you know, he's going to be talking to you more than he's hopefully talking to her. Okay. Number 3 is change your thoughts. Now, this is different to number 2, because in number 2, it was more about your words and your actions. This is about what are you thinking. It is really important to think about what you're putting out to the universe. I am a huge believer in the law of attraction, and I promise you, if you focus on what you're thinking and how you're feeling, you will only attract good things back into your life if you are putting good things out there. It works every time. When you are feeling grateful and happy and in love with your life and grateful for all the love that you already have in your life, you will draw more love back to you. Because if you are only still living in the grief and the bitterness and the hurt and the anger, then you will only draw that back to you as well. Now, the way to do this is, whenever you have those feelings pop up into your mind, is to start focusing on doing something happy in your life. Now, I love to get out in the sunshine, go for a walk, listen to my favorite music. I do a lot of yoga. Yoga will strengthen your mind, body, and soul. Get a massage, equally. It makes you feel so good. Get a facial, pamper yourself. Do something that makes you feel good. You deserve it. And nobody will thank you if you don't do it. People will be gravitating to you. Even if it's not this man straight away, other people will gravitate to you. When you are surrounded by love and happiness, you draw more of that to you, because people just want to be around you. I remember when I got hold of the law of attraction, I really practiced it, and it changed my life. I transformed my whole life. When I was in the best place of my life, when I was just feeling the greatest joy in my life, that's when I started to attract men, and not just one or two, but lots of men and exes back into my life. Everybody started to come back, because it's just like the universe was picking up on how I was feeling. And then you go back and practice the other ones that I've given you today as well, about getting your life back and about playing nice. And all of a sudden, you've got all these people coming back at you. I ran into someone just the other day, and I was just feeling great. I had my music in, I was walking, I could tell he didn't want to kind of move away. I was the one that, had to say goodbye in the end. And this is my bonus tip for you today. So let's move into this now. Before I do that, please subscribe. Please share and like the content. And if you haven't read my book, Magnetic Attraction, if you're struggling with love, you're probably making the same mistakes I did. So go down into the description box and grab the link for the book and read it. It's an easy read. You'll love Magnetic Attraction. It's everything I did wrong and how I fixed it. Okay, my bonus tip today is, if you do run into him, make sure you leave first. If he calls or if you bump into him, make sure that you're the one that moves away first. It's the same as not chasing a man. Don't be the one that hangs and gives him the impression that you're so eager to be with him again. Just, be happy, be bright, life's great, you've got everything back together, you're feeling great, and you're thinking great thoughts. And then action happened on the street, and a couple of days later he sent me a text. Now, he did know I was someone else, but I think he was just giving it a shot just to see how it would go down, and just said it was great to run into me and catch up sometime. And I just sort of ended it there and then, and said, yes, it was great to catch up with you, hope life is treating you well, and left it there. But they come back. I promise you, this has happened to me over and over again. When you're out having fun, when you're feeling good, when you're looking good, they will come back. I promise you, even if it seems impossible. All right, it's been great. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.